Light Collective, and happy Saturday to you. Whenever this finds you, it's morning or night, okay? Happy Saturday or happy day, regardless of the day you may find this message. Makes sense. All right, you guys, we have pick a pile messages, only 2 piles. And again, I'm like in this window of opportunity, situationship, perhaps, right? Referable to the schedule. So bear with me. I might be barreling through this. It's definitely not meaning to be offensive towards anyone, right? And we are connecting with the inner child, so I do hope energies are fun today, because that's the intent here. All right, you guys can tell by the cards that I'm sharing today. Mayhaps, okay, could be some significance to a robot. Doesn't have to be the case, but somebody connected to this message, whether you or someone else featured, all right, whether you resonate with that queen energy or not, okay, this could be initials for indicators of either a first and or middle and or last name on the part of the collective member here, and or again any others connected to the session. We've got some significance. Maybe somebody's name is Nick or Nikki here, referable to a kitchen. Maybe there was an experience that you either had or would like to have, referable to same. Same deal with Viking here. There could be some significance to that, referable to your spiritual guidance team. Viking energy, Norse, Nordic, even codes and or astrology comes to mind. We've got pirate coming out with P, as well as A for perhaps alligator, some might say. We've got D, and some of you do need to go ahead and wiggle and jiggle a bit, would you? It really keeps things interesting and light, if I do say so myself, maybe even quite literally. I know I've dropped pounds from dancing before. It's a thing, right? Richard Simmons also comes to mind, which much love and light there, buddy. We've got some significance to a home, perhaps, and or somebody having two, I almost said owls. I'm trying not to say vowel, and I'm supposed to be saying O's. All right, you already knew that though, right? I know. J coming out here, referable to a jet. Maybe there's some significance to travel here. If you are thinking of and or faced with travel, there might be some significance as to pet care, right? What to do, how, when, and where, and how much, perhaps. We've also got T coming out with toad, all right, and S, referable to, interestingly enough, seahorse. Oh, I love seahorses, you guys. A seahorse is one of those that I have been known to ask to be able to see in confirmation of something. So maybe somebody here has been asked to, and quite frankly, perhaps will receive confirmation of same even through this session, but just in general course. And it again could be connecting back to that seahorse energy. Doesn't have to be the case, you guys. All right, take what resonates. I could be speaking to or about a paramedic, a caterer. I just want to share the cards, you guys, because they're so cutie. There could be also some significance to the appearance of the aesthetic of one illustrated person or figure to the next. Someone here could be Popo, right? Or a garbage collector, perhaps. Maybe you've got to wear a hard hat or a hat of sorts, referable to whatever job, position, title you hold. Firefighter is coming out along with the name Felix. Viola here is another name referable to a violinist, perhaps. Maybe some of you are studying the arts of some sorts, whether dance, music, or otherwise. We've got ballet coming out here with Bonnie the ballerina. Now, double confirmation on this male carrier energy, whether guy, girl, what have you, regardless of race and or creed. Okay. We've got a singer here. Could be some significance to the name Sally, whether you are one or no one. Same deal here with the name Peter. And a painter. You guys, somebody could be, definitely into the arts, as it were, because this painter could also be inclusive of that type of artistry as well, not simply and solely like painting businesses, right, for brick and mortar situations. But that could be also inclusive of same. We've got this bricklayer, construction worker vibes coming out here pretty heavily as well. And it could be some significance to the name Ben. Does not have to be the case, you guys. We've got Betty the Baker next. So somebody here could be great at baking, could be a kitchen witch of sorts, as it were, could just really know how to put your foot in anything you touch in that kitchen. And again, there is some significance to that particular room also coming out in this deck. So take what resonates, but I'm mindful to make mention of it. And we've got the Doctor card here with Dottie. So those names could be of some relevance or significance to you or anyone connected to this session. And we're really tapping in today, you guys, to the inner child for pile number 1 anyhow. Pile number 2 is way more fairy laden, and we're going to be talking about love, for anyone wondering. So we have now entered into pile number 1 with the inner child oracle. You're being asked, collective, essentially to do what you need to do, right? You know, needs and wants are two different things, though. So, you know, we do have to face the fact sometimes, not every single day of the week, and thank goodness for that, right? The fact that you have to do some things that you maybe don't ever want to do, though they are needed to be done, right? So this could be inclusive of some of those mundane tasks, you know, cooking, cleaning, but this could be something way more beyond that, much more, I don't want to say oppressive, much more, do I want to say oppressive? Can't really get another word there. 11s could have some significance, and your spiritual guidance here is really, you know, it may be difficult, but now's the time to do it. All right, you've already arrived at this new earth energy. You're already beyond the crossroads, as it were, in the path. Okay, and irregardless of whatever is still seriously ruminating in your energy, in your mind, your mental or heart space here, that really just produces no other fruit other than that of disappointment. All right. In spite of that, that's not the end. Like, you don't have to be like, oh, gosh, I finally ultimately came to the path where I'm royally, thoroughly disappointed about blah, blah, blah. Period. End of story, end of days. That's not the way it works. Okay, you're still here. You're still very much here strategically, even according to the divine right and role, dare I say, as well as agenda. So there's that. Keep going. Okay, disappointment is not the end. And you guys could be seeing 1010 in confirmation of this message. Okay, that it is in fact for you. And that is your confirmation. And of course, 1010 is angelic code indicating endings and new beginnings, like often simultaneously. And there is hope even in the darkest of nights, you guys. So maybe somebody here really is going through a level of that purging, dark night of the soul, cleansing, and dare I say, aspects of terrible horrificness, if that's even a word, right? And I get it. It's not necessarily easy. It's damn sure not for the faint at heart. But again, it's giving you are guided. Keep going. The path is being made clear before you. You need not stop. Okay. And really, stop could be connecting to just even again, going back to that mental space, you know, just because you have aspects of ideation that you're climbing out of referable to your capability and versus you know, your confidence in capability is what I'm really trying to say there. Okay, so in spite of maybe that still being the case, right, again, it's not a call to place the period there like, well, I'm just asked out and I'll just always be in this residual loop of, you know, really trying to try, right? Like, it's like, what? Right? You're in charge here. As long as you try, you win. There is no automatic residual loop that needs to be created to the energy or the ideation of what you are trying to complete. Again, you're being asked to do whatever and whatever you're asked to do at this time in these moments, referable to whatever you know has been on your mind, has been urging your soul, essentially, because it is necessary. You guys came here to do certain things. And a lot of those certain things, especially connecting back to divinity, are often bigger than you. All right? I know, right? It's really an artful dance. Again, going back to that mental and heart space to keep your energies about yourselves and in balance so that you can keep going. But because you're asked to do all of that, it means that you're far more capable of doing that and more, okay? Should you continue to try. That's all right? When you try, you're not necessarily in a mindset or even literally able to understand all aspects of the path up ahead. Often, it's touted as the unknown. They make cards about it, even for spiritualists, to talk about this very aspect of what we all face from time to time, from timeline to timeline end, or from incarnation to incarnation. Makes sense? All right, but keep going. Connect to the eternity, excuse me. I'm trying to say eternity, and I'm saying internal. All right, so this is really serious, you guys. Love and light, Cassandra. Welcome. Happy Saturday, babe. Um, Let yourself be held by love, yes, but love of the divinity that backs you and the love of the divinity within you. Oh, thank you, babe. And really, this really goes back to, hey, remember you're in charge here. Like you literally are building this. Why would you be asked to do any part of anything if you didn't have a part to play in it? How could you actually live out any life? It doesn't matter. Pick any incarnation, pick any experience, pick any timeline, right? How could you be truthfully, wholeheartedly living and experiencing and learning and growing your soul if you're not checking in to the within? I mean, you're not just your meat suit. That'd be like expecting your hair to really get all aspects of your emotionality, right? It's like, well, the hair understands, but how, right? You would have to even check into it quite literally to find out, does it understand? Is it good? And of course, there is a lot of information referable to the hair, the follicles, the makeup, the DNA, etc. All right, I'm not unmindful of that. All I'm saying is it's not in normal course when dealing with aspects of emotion for one person to the next to say, how's your hair doing? Right? Like, I mean, right? Okay. So, you guys, you literally are not just your hair. You're not just your teeth. You're not just, that's like, trying to lay claim to your own identity referable to an accessory like glasses or a hat. Well, this is me now, right? To bring Gene Belcher back into the mix just because, yeah, it's fun. I love Bob's Burgers. Um, so it's like you have to really make sense of this so that you get it and it clicks, because I get that a lot of people are intending to do the work, but unless and until they're really wrapping their head around the why, even, right, you don't maybe necessarily get to the how to wholeheartedly and thoroughly, right, and dare I say passionately, okay, which is outside of the realm of being in that begrudging energy, in case anyone was wondering, right? You don't really get the most pleasurable experience. Still not saying it's easy, and just saying more pleasurable or less painful, right? If you don't understand how to make that click referable to your internal connection. Okay, you are the observer, you are not just your meat suit. Okay, think of it like a video game. Okay, and guess what, in this video game, many of us, we're playing more than one characters simultaneously. Okay, from one meat suit to the next, and that's why you'll hear me talk about, at least on this channel, referable to twin flames. Even, it's like, calm down with it. It's you to you, it's you versus you. This is you now, to bring Gene into it. I feel like the essence of Gene Belcher would stand for that, right? So once you guys really kind of make that click in the mental space, I mean, that has nothing to do with emotion. Facts don't necessarily have anything to do with emotion. And thank goodness for that, right? Could you imagine if they always had to be connected? I feel like if they always had to be connected, we might stay disconnected far longer, because I feel like it'd be all the more harder. What we talk about here and what's asked of you collective and collectively is not necessarily the easiest. Okay, I get that. I'm not a mindful. However, and because you're not exactly wet behind the ears, and you're damn sure not incapable, so where's the problem, right? And of course, it's an onion layer situation, or a ball of wax type of experience that you've really got to try again at this to really drive it home, so that your central nervous system, this is beyond the hair even, right? All aspects of just this one avatar really no longer self-sabotage against all manifestations referable to your actual soul, and that is separate from any avatar and or avatars that you may lay claim to. One moment. So ask yourselves if there is an act of beneficial self-care that you've been putting off because it isn't something you want to do. This is your sign, collective, to do what you need to do for yourself now. It literally states that in the guidebook. I am not simply just trying to overdrive that point home. That is the divinity that backs you doing that. Just saying, okay? And I love to talk about it because, you know, I don't want anybody thinking that I'm just pulling stuff out of my ass over here, right? Choose Yourself Today coming out, okay? With a very well aligned and high indicator of being inside of the realm of alignment with the very aspects of the agenda of the you know, expectation, okay, even that divinity that backs you, which is also within you, part of you, really expects out of you, okay? And again, you're being asked to choose yourself because you should. You are worthy to choose yourself. This is not a call to narcissism. It's a call to wake up to your own power. Once you do that, okay, like seriously, once you do that, you kind of can't not have reverence for yourselves, okay? You kind of can't not have boundaries anymore. Or not have boundaries anymore, excuse me. You kind of can't the fact that there is no severability between you and divinity. And you really, once you get that to click, guys, start to have a beautiful experience where you no longer speak against yourselves and the divinity within and upon, where you no longer are double-minded, okay? And again, it is a process, but keep going and make sure that you're choosing yourselves in this time from now on, okay? Firstly, it is not a call to narcissism. It is a call to protect the level measure of authority and divinity that you possess, that you are. Breathe in, all right? Giving breathwork vibes. You guys check out those free videos on YouTube land, right? Practice breathwork daily and flow with the rhythm. You are being asked to get yourselves into high gear, okay? But it's really talking about flow state, not go state, okay? When you get to the flow state, babe, you can go anywhere. Love and light, Freaky J. Oh, thank you, babe. Happy Saturday. So, we've got Get Lost coming out, Fall Deep into the Realm of Imagination. And we've got to talk about this. You guys, we have been, and Spirit's been, you know, having me drive home the point of we are now in awareness, okay, in forward progressive manner of the fact that we are all master manifestors, excuse me. Freaking Mercury retrograde, you guys, bear with, all right? So literally can't get around it. Spirit is, this is, you know, you could say source, you could say your higher selves, and you could say your spiritual guidance team, because this is like too repetitive. It's like, okay, what are we creating? A choir to sing about how somebody here, okay, needs to go inward, needs to really spend time with self, love self, integrate the inner child. All right, this is coming out in your inner child message, okay, through the actual inner child oracle. Can't get around it. So I don't know if somebody here is really, you know, maybe working on aspects of, you know, like your feminine versus masculine energy, and you're treating your inner child like a step kid of sorts here. We can't have that, because your inner child really is the moneymaker. Your inner child really is connected to that sacral and root chakra, which really speak to powerful aspects of life force energy. Again, going back to that divinity within. You've got to go in and know it all right? So that you're not the only one who doesn't know your own power, okay? And that goes back to, you know, truth. Truth can still be truth and truthful, very much the same, irregardless of your awareness of it or not. And so what the divine no longer wants for the collective, anyone attached to this, you know, it's giving gone are the days where it should be standard course that you are the only one or the last one to have awareness of your greatness, of your powerful spiritual prowess. I'm even hearing to say you guys are spiritual warriors. This is how you're still standing to even receive the message. And this is also just the same, a tangible experience or testament to the fact of that divinity backing you. All right, there is no severability. And as I say that, the wind kicks up. That's so funny. Go inward. It is time to connect with your inner child. All right, you guys have done a lot of work though. Okay, it's giving, you know, you healed up all of this, right? That's where you get that I almost said angelic, but it's a butterfly energy, death and rebirth energy, right? And here the inner child sits like, but me too, right? But me, hey, hello, hey, hi, would like to, are we safe? Did we win? Are we dead? Right? Like it's like, you know, there's questions going on in there. You gotta you gotta take a look and really have a talk, have a look see, and sit down with your inner child here collective. All right, those resonating with this, but really it's a collective message, and I do believe there are aspects of this one that anyone can kind of take and run with. Okay, even if you don't resonate with all. Okay, and speaking of this imagination, uh, this came out in your Oracle of the Unicorns as well. All right, really integrating along the lines of childlike energy, imagination energy. And it seems like if you just even F around a little tiny bit, collective, you're really going to find out. You're really going to get aspects of creation like never before. And it may mean inclusive of aspects of imagination, you know, of yours that will advance beyond what you've allowed for it to advance, maybe even in your prior states, okay, prior timelines. And this beautiful card says, envision a new reality. Give yourselves permission to dream. Believe in unlimited possibilities. Okay, so you may call yourself a unicorn or make unicorn references. You may collect unicorns and things. Somebody could have a calendar with them on it or near it. Um, and really, this envisioning a new reality is really going back to that personal sacred utopia space that you're creating, that manifestation that you are creating because you are at the you are at the master manifestor level. All right, so this is big ish. It's giving, like, you know, if we're talking manifestation and if we want to place values on it, this is giving like you know, maybe somebody goes, hey, well, I manifested last week, I manifested $150, right? And collectives over there like, well, 12 seconds ago, I manifested my 13th unicorn. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, and I don't know if somebody here is just not giving themselves credit for even being able to manifest anything on the other side of the amount of trauma, abuse, experiences too dark to talk about, right? And still smile, and still can create, right? People will hate you for that. Isn't that interesting, right? And they could even have more money. Yeah. Okay, that's par for the course of chosen one energy. Makes sense. All right, you guys are getting ready to be highlighted, and the divine wants that for you. This is giving, like, you know, almost like it's on the calendar, right? Like it's a thing, happens in 6 weeks perhaps, right? And you're being asked to get ready, right? Imagine that. I'm waiting for someone to get that one. Imagine that, right? Literally with your own imagination. Okay, unicorn, right? Pay attention. All right, caught somebody slipping there. Your imagination was once wild, free, and magical. Deep in your heart, you believed anything is possible. This is giving reading rainbow vibes, right? It's like butterfly in the sky. I can fly twice as high. I love that show. Deep in your heart, you believed anything was possible. Then you grew older and were told to live in the real world. Okay, what an illusion. I'm speaking in code. Somebody better get that one. Okay. You were told to take sensible action, to be responsible, and to learn facts and figures instead of dwelling in daydreams. You were led to believe that hard work was the only way to get results. This thinking cut you off from your magic and blocked you from using one of your most powerful manifesting tools. Ooh, I have chills, guys. And again, how did it? Imagination is what the tool. Oh my goodness, somebody wake up. All right, I know it's still a little early for some of y'all, but man, oh day, y'all got to get this, because once you get this, you get the bag. Once you get this, you get that marriage. Once you get this, you get that new tax bracket. And I want that for you, in case you wondered, right? That's who said. Let me check the box. Hold on, who said something? Okay, just checking. Just checking. All right, so instead of being limited by reason, allow yourselves to fly high into possibility, right? Away from the oppressive disorder, right? Away from that and towards the imagination so that you can really figure out exactly what all you want to see up ahead. It's not a setup for failure. I'm so serious. Okay. You guys got to believe that much. All right. This card encourages you to go higher with your dreams, to trust that they are closer than you may even think. Okay. Really, the Oracle's trying to out you, like, yeah, no, that's definitely the case. I'm trying not to word curse here, so I'm going to make it known that I'm being clear to understand, and y'all can join in with me. Okay. That you understand your dreams already have in fact come true. You're just catching up, okay, vibrationally to that timeline where it already happened, okay. And I know that's really deep for a Saturday morning, you guys, but again, it goes back to you can get this. You guys are already manifesting unicorns, okay. You are magic. Now I'm hearing Katy Perry. What is that? Do you want to play with magic? I don't know what song. What song is that? Ready for? Is it Dark Horse? Maybe some. Oh. Wait, hold on. Is that it? Wait. That's not even it. Wait, is it? Oh, that's not it. Do you? I can't catch the. Wait, hold on a second. Let me see here. Katy Perry. That's gonna bother me. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Y'all know how I get when I get like that. Okay. No, it is. It is Dark Horse. But hold on. Where is the part that I'm hearing? Wait. Hold on a second. So you wanna play? Ooh, that might be connected to pile 2. I will let that sit. Yes, ma'am. Okay. I am not mad at you. I am not mad at you. So pile 1, you may be also connecting to pile 2 since it's wanting to come through the unicorn aspect of pile 1. And I'm going to go ahead and ring the bell here and just bang out the rest of this pile 1 with the actual tarot, you guys. So those that know the live stream rules, please and thank you, know them. If you're going to ask for a free tarot reading, my goodness, I don't know how else to more plainly state that one. Okay. And I say that with love and light, and I'm very serious, right? So there's that. But this King of Wands coming out in the reverse, again, finishing up pile 1 here while you guys get your questions in, is so not okay, right? This speaks to an energy of like, okay, I think I've given up twice now, and I still don't know if I am coming or going, right? It's like I thought I even intended to just stop this ride altogether, and still I can tell I'm going somewhere, but I have no freaking clue where or how, right? And again, that goes back to the divinity that backs you and the divinity within. So I mean, can't really give up. I know, in spite of maybe very valid reasons, right? It's like the budget failed. The adventure went left. Okay. It's giving, bill payments are not necessarily being met and all of that. Okay. And still, in spite of all of that, because you can, not because it's easy, you're asked to utilize your strength to continue to hold on, because the divine is taking you through some form of transit. I'm hearing to say, I don't really know how else to connect that. That really is producing fruit, even if it's got to be out your ears, babe. It's going to be something that is so magnanimous. Like, imagine if somebody actually grew something out of their ear, right? People might pay to see that. You know what I'm saying? People might actually like travel. You know what I mean? And so others are going, oh my gosh, I would never like necessarily sign up to have. What is this? A freaking tree branch of sorts and whatever else you can imagine that substance is coming out of her earwax and all of that, right? It's like no one in normal course would necessarily be like, yeah, I'll raise my hand to be that one. Can't wait. I'm sure it smells great and everything. Feels great too. No. However, right? I'm just getting, you're the type of person, and this would be why the divine would use you. It's like, it's like, well, if that's your quote unquote lot in life, right? You might as well make it pretty. You might as well, make it something that maybe it doesn't have to be like a problem or like a curse, right? And so this is, again, you actioning out that very strength you're being asked to. This is kind of the epitome of like an illustration about what spiritual wealth looks like, right? And I do want to talk about that, you guys, because the strength is being asked of you on the other side of this Five of Pentacles, which often does speak to, let's be honest, poverty, right? And it's giving, even if those resonate with poverty, right? This too shall pass. This is new earth. Allow the illusion to fall to the wayside while you continue to keep your faith muscles. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look what you got. All right. You can utilize all your faith muscles to keep going. All right. To make ish shake, right? Thinking outside of the box comes to mind as well, so that you get to, again, like I had already stated in the channeling, the divine highlighting you for all to see. Some of you could actually gain some form of fame or social stature, okay? Depending on what all you're connecting to and or building. But gosh, it could be a lot, you guys. You guys could have multiple things going for you that you're getting off the ground, even referable to business, referable to connections, referable to travel, even. And with the Six of Wands energy, it's giving, you do get to do what you came here to do. You do get to complete tasks that you have a burning desire to do. So please don't give up now. Okay, going back to this King of Wands, which really talks about desire, really, if nothing else. Okay, and it's coming out in the reverse. It's the only one to do it, thankfully. Okay, because you guys, I know you're saying, well, you wish that this poverty energy would be in the reverse. If it were in the reverse, it'd be amped up energy, not really just canceling itself out. So there's that for anyone wondering, right? So again, thankfully, the King of Wands energy was the only one to come out in the reverse, because it does seem like, maybe you do even have aspects of spiritual warfare connected to this. Makes sense. Chosen one energies would, especially if you are trying to actually do something unlike the others, okay? And, maybe in spite of you trying to do something like the others, you're connected to a large industry of other people, whether they're entrepreneurs, contenders, or contestants, right? No, let me stop. But, don't give up, okay? You do have divine breakthrough assistance energy coming, and it really is always a thing for you, okay? So I think I want to talk about it that way, so whoever I'm speaking to really can check, are you of this mindset in your subconscious, even that divinity and its assistance comes and goes? Because that's not really a thing, not for us. All right, the assistance is always there, whether or not we are connecting to the confidence and or the capability in that truth is more likely the issue. And that goes back to ego, but it also goes back to the inner child, which also has ego. Okay, so if the inner child's screaming, asking things like, are we safe, are we unalive, right? Like, it's needing assistance. Please don't deny yourselves uh, of what you need from you. Okay, and that's why we're talking about go within, choose yourself, you. Again, not a call to narcissism collective, but really a call to really beautify your path with the assistance, not without, of divinity that backs you, as well as um, is very much present and prevalent in the within. All right. And this Hermit card leading to the Justice ain't bad, right? But we'll talk about it, because I feel like the Hermit card really isn't as soothing as what I've seen most Hermit cards illustrated, right? Even, and I will try to share, but let me just see here for myself. It seems like this could even be connecting to connections, right? And or aspects of your former selves that are being dealt with. And that kind of ties into that residual energy that we were talking about, referable to the purge. And so somebody here may actually be finishing up a really big leg of coursework, as it were, in that dark night of the soul energy, which this illustration is also low-key, maybe high-key, also giving. There could be some significance to someone here being an earth chart placement. Doesn't have to be the case. We've also got fire signs very heavily through this particular spread. And it could be an air placement as well with that justice. We have, yeah, so I'm not really seeing any water signs, interestingly enough, but everybody else seems to be here representing. And this Hermit card, I mean, really does speak to most likely um, integrating the shadow self such to the point where it's not an overarched energy, it's not in a fear state, it too is in a flow state, right? No stagnancy in a flow state, right? However, you guys can't really like open up the throttle, as it were, referable to your dark side, unless and until you've got your light side balanced out as well as it, okay? Because otherwise, ish could pop off a certain type of way that really would be detrimental to your path, okay? But I'm getting that you guys are most assuredly doing the work. I think you guys need to ask a lot more and for a lot more assistance in the matter, though, right? Like, for instance, if you're feeling bogged down, if you're feeling like this King of Wands in the reverse, where it's like, you know what, I think I might actually have to give up, right? In those moments, I need you to know, firstly, you're not alone, right? It happens to the best of us, and it's par for the course of chosen ones, and it's probably high key connected to spiritual warfare as well. So there's that. But also, in those moments, you need to know you are capable and you are worthy of asking for angelic realm assistance. Hey guys, this is too much. This is too much feels, right? Please assist me with this. Hey guys, I am not okay, right? Like, we've got to, bang this one out together kind of thing. Because I don't want anyone feeling like just because you're capable, and listen up, just because you are capable of doing this on your own, right, that you should. That's not even according to divine right, role, and agenda that you should. Again, we're all connected. Why would the divine ask us to stay separated when it's not really a thing that can even be done beyond that perhaps big bang, as it were, type of energy? So justice stands for you, collective. All right, those that are connecting to pile one, and I'm going to be checking to see who's in the queue for their free tarot. All right, so if we don't have any takers, we'll go right into pile number 2. But you guys bear with, I only have one card pulled indicating love life, right, from one of my Fae decks that I was guided to, and because I was guided to it, I thought, uh-oh, let's check the actual Fae tarot to see what's up. And as I pull it out, we're definitely talking about a love connection. Ooh, could be in renewal, right? So let's see what else this has to say. There could be some significance to wintertime and somebody's ego. Illusion of being trapped, placing too much importance on material items, getting caught up in fear and anxiety. So somebody here could have fumbled somebody on the strength of fears of being obligated, tied down, fears of repeating cycles that they've already gone through perhaps and or created for themselves. All right, this is also giving a little bit of like Eight of Swords, self-inflicted imprisonment vibes, but we didn't get there yet. And now we're in current energies with this spring. Okay, if you know this person to have been perhaps in a connection, seems like they are no longer, and or this could be you that the other person is noticing, like, oh, and here they come. Yeah. Ooh, so they're coming between now and summer. All right, could be some significance to the month of August. With that 8 of summer energy. So funny. Oh man, that's so crazy. Ask for help from others. All work and no play. Being weighed down by too many responsibilities. So I'm getting that, I'm looking at a masculine here and a feminine. I'm speaking on energy, but forgive me just to keep myself abreast of the situation in amongst the channeling. I will be referencing he, she. Could not even be a thing for whoever and whoever I'm reading for. Makes sense? And as long as you know that, I'm comfortable. Okay. And thank you for bearing with me. I will do my best to remain clear so that you can, apply the energy accordingly. Okay. But I'm just getting that the feminine energy here was asking for assistance. Perhaps there is some significance to the aesthetics here. Was asking for, I'm like, wait, hold on, can you even see them? Hold on, let me just do them one at a time. And of course there's a glare. Hold on 1 second. Okay. What else we got? Okay. And that guy. Okay. Okay, so I'm just getting that the feminine was like, listen, what I'm gonna need from you, because this is too much, blah blah blah. And they just felt like time and time again had conversation with brick wall, right? Quite maddening. Because I get that the communication was quite passionate, because I get that you, or this could be the person on your mind here, collective, take what resonates, right? Really understood that this person was capable of understanding the communication. It's like, why don't you get it? Like, why are you almost like insisting on being this brick wall? Like, like, how's that helpful to any functionality of anything you got going on, right? And maybe collective, maybe this person didn't really have too much going on. Who knows? Let's see. Yeah, this person might actually not carry your high-mindedness, okay? They may not act quickly and make decisions on the fly the way that you are capable of doing. There could be some significance to the number 11. It just popped out at me. And I'm like, did you want to say something? Hold on. Just like that, it went back in. But I saw it plain as day. Hold on 1 second. Yikes. All right, well, she's elusive. All right. So maybe that is synchronistic of somebody here. But also 11s do speak to new beginning energy, right? So maybe the idea of, can this happen, kind of like pops in and out of somebody's mind here as to whether the possibility stands of this renewal. Somebody here could actually have some news that they want to share with someone. Whether you are, I'm getting you guys are not currently speaking, but, and maybe there is some communication surrounding someone's wedding, graduation, or a birth, or friends that you have in common experiencing any one of those. Somebody here could be self-employed. The wheel. All right, we don't have the there's the 11. Hold on. Yikes, hold on, because I got to check these other cards now before I say what I was going to say. All right, so it looks like two people are healing separately and apart from each other, which is really cool. You guys, separately and apart from each other, are making smart choices, and this is bringing rewards and success, and possibly even actual like public recognition, depending on who all's connected to this, okay, and what all dreams, goals, aspirations you may have. You could be seeing either 1010 or 1111, and really it's talking about the same thing. This endings, new beginning, this renewal, all right, this newfound strength, even maybe on the part of one or more individuals connected to this. The power of kindness and forgiveness. Time to embrace how wonderful you are. Wonderful news is on its way. Smart choices that bring rewards, success, and public recognition. And of course, we'd already spoken on the delays are over. Someone could unexpectedly, really get this public recognition and be able to like start traveling, buy a new car, all of that. Okay. Maybe this is what they want to come in and say to the collective member. Somebody here could maybe need to get more sleep, and definitely meditate about what you want from this connection, but be grateful, um, because you know what's so crazy? This says you have much to celebrate, but I'm reading it with that thing that sometimes happens, that islands, as it were, in the spirit. And I would have almost sworn it said, you have matched, celebrate. Like you finally have matched the vibe. So this could be somebody that it's like, you know, you didn't really get much off the ground or keep much off the ground referable to the connection. This could be something that really was, you know, maybe you guys thought you were having some fun, right? Or somebody here just thought, you know, I'll just have fun. They weren't looking to get tied down. But this person does know now on the back end, of course, hindsight's 2020, of course, that they do have deep feelings for you, and this connection would make them actually a contented person. This person could actually really be in some form of limelight, because I'm just getting that, you know, maybe you guys even met because it was like, okay, so listen, since we met, can you go to this event with me type of thing? You know, maybe it's like a corporate affair. Maybe you were, you know, I hate to say it, but maybe somebody here was used as some form of excuse me, arm candy. Of course you were eye candy, baby, but I meant the arm. Right, this person here could be a dreamer, and really was ultimately like, okay, so here's the thing, I'm gonna damn sure always dream, I'm not going to be tied down, kind of thing, right? But it looks like you guys are in for the possibility of a new adventure, if you should desire, because again, you're doing the work, this person's doing the work, and you guys have made positive change, a welcome relief from troubled times, a welcome relief from troubled aspects of the path that you two have shared. And you guys could actually, even going back to that new car, new home type of energy, even be relocating. This person could be in the theater. This person could be even like an actor. Could be some significance to like Shakespearean times or Ren Fair vibes, right? And there could be, you know, obviously high key connection to the Fae as well. This person, you know, if you collective have some form of mission, business, goal, they could actually be supporting you in the wings currently, but they also, when they come in, will most assuredly do that. And there's that Eight of Swords energy that I was picking up on. This is the fairy tarot, you guys. It's definitely not going to say what most of the decks say, so it's indicating Eight of Winter, but that would be Eight of Swords. It says, you have what it takes if only you believe in yourselves. Thinking that you're powerless when you're not, okay, that's not going to help. A lack of self-confidence that keeps you from getting what you want. So this person, if you know them to, you know, have not come in yet, it's because they are still trying to work through some aspects of their own inner child wounding. This is why it makes sense that it would come out during one of our sessions that we're connecting with inner child, because you guys, a lot of times we're so quick to talk about, you know, hurt people, but why? Usually it's because their inner child is not okay, and nobody cared to check it, right? Nobody cared to pour into it. And so, you know, of course, that's the norm for anyone, and dare I say anything, outside of yourselves, right? But when you are talking about you, with you, for you, and about you, you better be doing the work, okay? Because if you don't got you, who would? And maybe even more aptly stated, who should? Okay? Um, you know, you do have your part to play at this, and it's really at least knowing what you want to then be able to receive that, okay? Because focusing on everything you know you don't want is not the cheat code to getting everything you want, all right? Can't really say it any more plainly than that. But let's close out the session checking with the Fae version of the Romance Angels, just to see what other guidance comes. And we will get to, well, damn, marriage, twin flame coming out, twin flame union to be exact. So this person could actually relocate you, give you a car, give you a home, make you happy. And I can't say that one. Ooh, I'll say love you down. I heard something else rhymes with ick. So you know. Love and light, Geet. Happy Saturday. Oh, it's Saturday night there. Oh my goodness. Happy Saturday night, Geet. All right. So, yeah, look at this. You are worthy. Okay, y'all better know, act like it. Okay, and not with no, air of arrogance, but literally, your worth doesn't depend on this other person or anyone else outside of you. Right, that would be like saying, okay, everyone else's opinion of me matters to the point where my worth is dependent upon it. Are you effing kidding me right now? Yeah, right. You know how many people to this day don't even see me, claim they know all aspects of what I look like, right, but still to this day don't even see me. Okay, so if I subscribe to that, where would I be? Right, I wouldn't be here talking with you, and I wouldn't be, you know what I'm saying, even necessarily surviving some of the storms I've already climbed out of. Okay, so don't you be that one to get it twisted. You are worthy. Don't let anyone else tell you anything different. Have an amazing shift, Cassandra. Much love and light. Thanks for stopping by, babe. But yeah, loving words hold great power, and you are worthy. I need you to give your energy to you so that this happens, okay, but in the most highest vibrational manner, to the point where you actually solidify things. It's a formal situation. It's literally your love life, all right, in a healthy, healing connection, right? And you guys pay attention, because if they are outing you, you've got signs and wonders all over the place, all over the universe, okay? Um, Regarding all aspects of this renewal, all aspects of this twin flame union, for those that resonate with that. And looks like somebody's going to be reaching out soon. And you are being asked to fearlessly love and allow for that sacred. Ooh, these cards are getting. I can't even. Sir, the whole man's back is sweating. The things the fairies must see. No, let me stop. But that's what I have for pile number 2, you guys. Final call for the bell. And let's see what we will. I still got to figure something out for one of these decks. I almost used it, and I'm like, oh, it's not quite there yet. I don't like to half-ass the situation. So, we will pull for first, middle, or last name, initials of the person coming to the collective member, or the collective members-ish. Really, it's the same if you're here about a twin flame, interestingly enough, right? I just like to talk about it, you guys, because I feel like the more we get awareness kind of going and in our face about that, the easier it is to work the path, the program, as it were, of that twin flame mission. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right, there could be some significance to the initial K. The deck spilled out and exposed it, but I was like so almost offended by the deck spilling out that I didn't pull the card. I was like, what? Where they do that at? All right. Now we're getting quiet. Okay. Oh, all right. Well, we've got you at the bottom of the deck here. Let's see what else. What else? Who else? What else? Okay. So we've got L. Help. Hold on. I just did the very movements that I was intending to do backwards. So that didn't work out well. Okay. Here we are. I'm unglitched. We've got M. We've got G. We've got T. We've got H. We've got P. We've got M. We've got C. Again, that pesky K. And chart placements. We didn't have too many. Gemini, Capricorn, Libra, Pisces, and Leo in the building. Or not, okay? Well, that's what I have for pile number 2. Much love and light, you guys. All right, so if no one else has a question, I'm cool with that because I gotta go anyways, right? I don't know exactly what time I'll be on later, if at all. If I'm able to do so, I will definitely come back on. So you guys, I don't know, maybe I'll make a post about it. Check the, I did make a post about today's live stream. Let me know if that actually helped, because I'm trying to figure out if maybe that's like the bypass for the issue referable to the notifications not getting to the collective members. For the actual live streams, trying to make sure you guys are able to gather if and when you can on here with me, because I really appreciate hanging out with you guys. So let me know if that was something that worked out better. Like, were you actually aware that I was coming on, or was it just kind of like the same free-for-all, look at the draw kind of thing? All right. I love you guys. Stay amazing. And thanks again for doing the work. I really appreciate you, collective. I really do. Much love and light.